Hey guys, so sorry. It's my fault. I don't know what's happening. Anyway, I hope you can hear me now. Can you hear me? Wait. I'll wait for my production team to tell me if I have audio already. Do I have audio? Okay. Sorry for I think it's been almost 20 minutes. Sorry about that. I'll make it up. Welcome to Going Live with Shelly Lazaro Express again. This is our season finale for the past 15 days, 15 consecutive days. We've been featuring my friends who are company owners or top executives who are doing significant things during this COVID-19 crisis. Now is a special episode. I'm closing the season with a very special guest. I invited my good friend um, Asec, DTI Asec attorney and Credo-Cabochan. But before I introduce you to her and I introduce her to you, I would like to announce our comment to win contest winner yesterday. Our one of our loyal viewers, Mr. Glenn Santos, you won again. This is your second time already. So you have two prizes from Going Live with Shelly Lazaro Express team. Congratulations. He's able to answer our giveaway question yesterday. I asked what does DTI stand for, and he was the first one to type in the correct answer. So Department of Trade and Industry. Okay, before we start, I know you want to meet Asec Kabuchan already. I want you to please support our Eagle Broadcasting Corporation fundraising concert. We're doing it for 4 consecutive Sundays. We started last Sunday, so we're gonna have another one this coming Sunday. Arnel Pineda will be one of our singers. This is for the benefit of the FYM Medical Foundation. Eagle Broadcasting is the mother company of our TV station, Net 25. So again, this is not a regular TV program. We're just doing this during for the ECQ to entertain everybody. So please watch out for the airing of our regular TV program on Net 25. That will be every Saturday, 10 a.m. It's a lifestyle, entertainment, and advocacy talk show. So please like and follow all our social media pages: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, so you can get updates and notifications. Okay, so let's now welcome my dearest friend, DTI ASEC, Attorney Ann Credo Cabochan. Hello!
Hi, Shelly. Good afternoon,
I'm
everyone.
sorry, pinaghintay kita ng matagal. Sorry about
It's
that.
okay.
And say
Sabi ko
hello to
akong
our
may balat.
viewers. Say hello to our viewers.
Yes, hello, everyone. It's my first time in the office after more than 3 weeks. So I came to the home office for the first time. So, but working from home.
So Anne, so how's life during ECQ? How's working from home? And can you share some of your personal quarantine activities?
Oh my gosh, working from home, I have more work during ECQ than I would have on a regular day. I think it is because I come from the consumer protection group, and there are just so many issues that affect DTI and consumers during ECQ, and so the workload is even heavier.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I start very early in the morning. 3 times a week, I have VTCs that last 8 to 10 hours, and there are a lot of things in between. So working at night as well. But it has been a good thing because then you're in the same place as your family all the time. So they have an overdose of me. And then
Have you
yes.
learned new skills like cooking, maybe embroidery?
Oh, I've always known how to cook. So, but yes, I've
Okay,
been cooking too.
so it's nothing new to you. Okay, so
No.
regards to my co-club Bulakenyo president. Your
Oh,
dashing debonair spouse, Attorney Jonas Cabochan. Say hello. Give my regards to him.
oh.
And can you share some very quickly personal learnings of DTI Asec? Personal learnings from this ECQ.
From ECQ, it just tells us that we have to learn to adjust.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that my husband shared a book with me, Who Moved the Cheese. It's something like that. If there are changes, we cannot afford to sit still and just wait for it to pass. We have to make adjustments along the way so that we can also accomplish something. We're able to take care of our anxieties, our families, and take care, as far as I'm concerned, with the problems that in my line of work consumers have. So there's a lot of things to be learned during ECQ. I think it
You
is a
know,
matter of, you know, of your perspective. If you think that there's something that's going to be positive, that you will come out of all of this.
I can't help. I want to say this. I can't help it. You're you're the most fashionable trade attaches. I know.
I-
I
I'm
always
not
I always
attaché.
look forward to your posts, your OOTD posts. I like your fashion style and
Oh, Shelly, you're the one who's best dressed.
oh no, but right now so sorry. I should have worn a gown because this is an exclusive special episode with you, but I don't know this day for some reason I'm so harassed today. Plenty of activities at home. But anyway, Anne, because we have so many questions from our
Okay.
lovies, our viewers, before we
Mhm.
address all these questions, let's play a game first. All my
Sure.
guests dumadaan sila to this and that game. Okay? So I'll give you
Okay.
10 questions. Each question may 2 words. And you have to give me your choice without any explanation. Okay? This is
Mhm.
just for fun. So you
Yeah.
cannot answer both. Okay? Number one.
Okay.
Number one. USEC or ASEC?
Asec.
Okay. Business or consumer?
Consumer.
Doctor or lawyer?
Lawyer.
Overpricing or hoarding?
You have to choose
Yeah, just one.
over, well, hoarding.
This is tricky. DTI or DOH?
DTI.
Okay. Small or medium?
Small.
ECQ or GCQ?
ECQ.
May 15 or June 1?
May 15.
Wholesale or retail?
Retail.
Last question. And I think this is the hardest. Credo, you have to answer. Credo or Cabochan? Hello,
Cabochan.
Jonas. Cabochan. Okay, very good. Happy si Attorney Jonas. Okay, Anne, let's start.
Okay.
What non-COVID-19 transactions can we still make now during ECQ with DTI? I know you're still open, but skeletal force, right?
Right. Well, for DTI, we have not closed our doors. Even for frontline, we do it online.
Okay, all
So
right.
for the consumer protection group, for instance, our monitors still go around. They monitor the prices of basic necessities and product commodities. And I think my screen, yes, they still go around, and there we also have enforcement um, activities where our enforcers go out and run after those hoarders, those who manipulate prices, those who stockpile, and so it's still going on even
All
during
right.
ECQ. Yes.
But the regular transactions, what do people ba usually do? Business sila with registration of businesses. The regular vital transactions stop yan. No regular
Yes,
transactions.
right.
Okay.
Like for instance, sales promotions. You don't have
Okay.
sales promotions at this time. For processing, for instance, of renewal of PS marks for our
Yes.
products
Yes.
under mandatory certification. The deadlines, if your license expires during ECQ, then you're given the privilege to renew it even after the deadline, because it will not be taken against you, because it cannot be processed at this time, because we need people to audit the
All right.
company. Yes.
Okay.
So
But
there
you
are
have
still
plans
some.
already? Like after ECQ, are you going back to your normal routine there at DTI? Like you will start processing again as soon as it's
For
lifted?
Yes, for frontline, definitely that will go on
Okay.
after ECQ is lifted. But as the secretary has been saying, it will really be a new normal, which means that all the health related directives that we have to implement, like the wearing of masks, like even non-contact thermometers being in all the entrances, and that will have to be there, even sanitation stations in the workplace, and teaching people just how to be able to cope with all these things.
Okay. And I have so many questions for you. This is
Yes.
supposed to be a 30-minute show, but since this is our season finale, we'll make it 1 hour. But I was told that we have several viewers naka-video patch now. They have some questions for you. Unahin
Okay.
muna natin yon before my questions. Okay, we call this Tanong ng mga Lovey. So this is a virtual town hall. Everyone is encouraged or we can patch you through this conversation with Asec Cabochan. Okay, our first caller, video caller, Doc Steve. Okay. Hi, Doc Steve. We can't hear you. Hello? Anne, can you still hear me, Anne?
I can hear you, Kelly.
Okay.
Hi,
Oh,
hi,
there.
Ma'am
Hi,
Shelly.
Doc Steve. Please meet DTI ASEC Anne Cabochan, Attorney Anne.
Y- Finally, I met the beautiful wife of Jonas,
Oh,
who's a
really?
golf buddy
Hi,
of mine.
Okay.
Doc.
So you know each other. Okay. Okay, go. What's your question?
Okay, question. Actually, I have several. No, I'm the president of the Philippine Dental Association,
Okay.
uh, Ma'am Anne.
Call
And the
me
question.
Anne. Call me Anne
All
because
right,
you're a
Anne.
friend
Thank
of
you.
Jonas. Yes. And
Thank
Shelly.
you. All right. So, well, first question is there was a pronouncement by Harry Roque last Monday that dental clinics are allowed to open already. Here's the sentiment of most dentists. I know that the government is trying to jumpstart the economy, so they want more establishments to open. But is it really mandatory? Because as far as the dental clinics and the dentists are concerned in the Philippines right now, our concern is more of health issues, cross contaminations, and I do feel, as the Philippine Dental Association president, that most dental clinics are not yet ready to open. You see, we have to really prepare our facilities. We have to prepare our PPEs. So we really have so much things to do before we can really say that we are ready to open the clinics. No, right now we're operating on emergency care. No, uh, I'm not sure if I'm barking on the wrong tree here, but I guess the question is, if you make it mandatory for dental clinics to open, definitely especially those who are in the malls or who are renting, they'll be forced to open and they'll be forced to, at least their lessors to actually ask for rent. So that is the question. Is it mandatory? And
Okay. Hold on. I think we just lost ASEC Anne. Anne, are you still with us? Nag-disappear. Oh, let's wait for him, Doc Steve.
it's fine. All right.
It's such a small world. Or you really
Yeah.
join our town hall because it's ASEC Anne. while waiting, I just like to share. Now we actually have the same sentiment because one of my businesses sa spa naman siya. So I operate some spas. And part yon, I saw the guidelines that they set, although it's not yet official, that salons, beauty centers, spas are part of the establishments that are already allowed to operate after May 15. I'm with you on that. I don't, kasi human contact. So I don't know.
Correct. Yeah, violation of
Yeah.
social distancing.
I'm sorry, I got
Yes. So
cut
let's,
off
I think, yeah,
from.
she's back.
Yes. Yeah,
Hi,
I'm back.
Anne.
Hello. Yes.
No
So I.
audio. Hold on. Let me report it. No audio. Doc Steve, can you hear Anne?
Yes, I can
How
hear
about
you.
Asec Anne? Can
Good.
you hear Asec Anne? Ah,
Okay.
okay. So I'm the
Yes.
only one who can't hear her. Um,
I'm sorry, I didn't catch the entire
Anne?
entire question, Doc Steve. Yes.
Let's give time for Shelly to fix her
Hold on,
technical
hold on. I'm the
side.
one, I think I'm
She
the
can't
one who lost the audio now.
she can't hear us, Anne. Let's wait. Anyways, maybe we can talk, Anne,
Yes.
while we're waiting. Well, actually, I'm fond of the Department of Trade and Industry. My mom worked there for 27 years.
Oh, what's your family name?
Almonte. She's from the General Administrative Services, but she's retired a long
Oh,
time ago.
okay.
Um, are we supposed to do this, the two of us together?
Oh, Shelly's gone.
Anyway, that's a sentiment of most dentists. And according to Shelly, she apparently owns different spa establishments as well.
Right.
So
Right.
any kind of work that has physical contact, that
Yeah.
uh, social distancing is unavoidable, especially for dentists who operates in the mouth of the patient. Here's the whole logic, and those who are actually working in the hospitals, doctors, nurses, you know the statistics. There are about 1,000 doctors and nurses and healthcare
Yes.
workers who have COVID. No,
Mhm.
um, difference-wise, wala eh. There's no difference in working in the dental clinic. In fact, it's worse because we work directly in the mouth of the patient. Most of the patients are actually crying out for help. Oh, there she is. Sorry.
Sorry about that. I'm back. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, I think I'm about to ask, or apparently I did. I think I asked the question already. Let me just repeat it now. Is it possible for dental clinics under GCQ? The problem here is that what I'm saying is that most of the dentists needs to prepare. In what way? Maybe doing some preparations for the facility, the clinic, like coming up with their proper machines, equipments that we also need to buy. So all I'm saying is that maybe the government buy us some time, at least for majority of the clinics. There are clinics that are ready. So what we're just trying to tell the government is at least do not make it mandatory for the dental clinics to open, or else establishments will ask for rent. So I think that's a huge issue. And safety and welfare of the people to avoid cross contamination. If the clinic is not ready, I hope they are not really forced to open.
Doc Steve, I think that that is a very valid concern because, of course, this is an entirely different kind of, situation that we have here. But I think it would be um, good if, because you have an association, you have a professional association, if you can also write as an association to the interagency task force on COVID, so that they know what your sentiments are and they're able to consider all these things. Because if you're a professional, I do not think that government can really force you to do something. But it is always good to be able to give your position as.
The internet connection, I think, is bad.
Anne? Was
with Miss
okay. Is it Anne
Anne.
now, or is it still my internet connection? Did we
No,
really
it's
lose
just
Anne?
Anne.
Okay, so
We
let's
lost
wait
Anne.
for her again. Okay, so I think this is not. We will ask her, but parang from her response, this is not under DTI's jurisdiction, no? But it should be,
Co-
no?
Yes, because I think under the Secretary Ramon Lopez, no, the directive is really to allow establishments to open, to jumpstart the economy, so that,
Right,
of course, government needs funds. But then again, it's again a question between economics and health concern, no? And the dentist simply wants to make sure that we contribute into flattening the curve.
right,
No?
right.
We don't want cross contamination, as you said a while ago. With those, you yourself felt the crunch, no? But when establishment like what you have, no, spas, you have physical contact. Of course, that's
Right.
unavoidable. But the worst with dentists is we work directly inside the mouth of the patient, and that is actually more
Exactly,
dangerous because that's the source
exactly.
of the virus. You know, some of the latest findings or researches done is that we can't even work with an air conditioned on. That's one recommendation now. We
Oh,
have we
okay.
have unless we have a fully ducted system wherein there's a negative pressure inside the room, which I can tell you right away, maybe 98%, 99% of the dental clinics in the Philippines do not have such facility unless it's in a
Okay.
hospital.
All right.
Unless it's
Okay.
in a hospital or in the operating room. Only operating rooms have negative pressure, no?
All right. Okay. There. I think she's eto na. Para na siyang si The
Like,
Flash coming out sa breach. And let's wait for her. Actually, I was really surprised when I see that the list of establishments allowed to open after May 15 because we had meetings already with my staff, like with the clubs where my spa facilities are. And akala ko talaga like salons and spas, this would be the last establishments that they would allow to continue
correct.
operations.
Mm. So the great concerns or the big concern here
Kasi
is there's a
nag-ano yan
mandate
dyan
or
eh.
there's the government's directive that we
Your
can
Wi-Fi.
open.
There, and you're back.
Definitely will be as of
Am I? Because it keeps
Okay, you're back.
on, I keep on this one. Yes, okay.
Okay. I think the universe wants us to do this until 8 p.m. because plenty
Oh
of
my,
questions from the viewers. That's why it's happening. Okay, Anne.
okay. Because what I can well, I caught earlier was just that that was my recommendation.
So, Anne, we were
oh
discussing
no.
when we lost you. We were discussing if we lost her again.
Shelly, we lost her again.
Oh, we lost her again. I think it will just be Doc Steve muna and me. Wait lang. I think nagkakamali siya. May napipindot siya sa gadget or something. So there. And Doc Steve also, 'di ba? I know they're saying nga na like we don't have vaccine yet, we don't have cure yet. With all the parang yung mga 'di ba like if you have asthma or lung problems, you're parang super high risk na dapat hindi ikaw magkaroon ng virus because you will have a hard time fighting it off. Nakasama doon na I read somewhere na including dental care or something that this is not the best time for you to have any dental concerns because like when a tooth is
Correct.
extracted then and then you get the virus, then something bad might happen or something, you're at high risk for infection. Correct.
You know, under the occupational safety hazard, dental clinics are classified as high risk profession,
Okay.
no? High risk profession. Now, the biggest problem is COVID stays on the upper respiratory tract, which is where we work, no?
Okay.
Upper respiratory tract. Two things can happen. If the patient is asymptomatic, we could be spreading the virus outside in the dental clinic. Number
Okay.
two, we could actually be introducing the virus inside the lungs. No? So a patient who's asymptomatic, who has a huge chance of actually beating the virus, getting well,
Mhm.
no, with
Mhm.
his or her immunity. If we
Okay.
do a procedure like, actually it's not extraction, Michelle, it's actually the oral prophylaxis, yung paglilinis ng ngipin, and
Oh,
pagpapasta. Those are the two dangerous ones because we normally use our drills and our instruments which has air and water pressure that disturbs the mouth, that can actually push the virus out or introduce it further into the lungs. Some of the studies tells us that the virus actually resides in the saliva, in the salivary glands, nasa laway. So that's a
okay.
big issue on dentists. I know how our patients feel. I know how fellow Filipinos are aching,
Right.
no,
Right.
for to see dentists to have treatment. Unfortunately, what we're saying is that we can only do emergency treatment now, and we cannot proceed with
Mm.
elective procedures.
Okay. But Doc Steve, o di ba naging ano na tayo, salamat po Doc or whatever, while waiting for Asec and Doc Steve, have you done any emergency procedures during ECQ? Like house
My
call?
my my task right now is to coordinate, no, all dentists all over the Philippines. We just recently launched our infection control guidelines for COVID-19.
Okay.
We had our first last March 15, then March 25, but new researches are coming in. So we constantly have to come up with new guidelines, update it. Hence, we call it an interim guidelines. So
All right.
last Monday, we came up with it. We did webinars. I also came out in one social media and in the media to say that we cannot just open our clinics right away. It's far too
Okay.
dangerous.
All right.
Abroad, and it's not just happening in the Philippines, it's happening all over the world. And this
Okay.
is what we have to realize, and the government needs to listen to this.
Yeah. But I didn't know that, no? A simple procedure like prophylaxis pala is actually not
Yes,
recommended now. Okay.
where we call it, well, if it's aerosol producing, no? So
Okay.
aerosols and droplets, those two words are very much synonymous to dentistry work.
All right. Doc Steve, hold on. My production team, my TV director is actually telling me to go for a short break because so that I can contact. They lost contact with Asec
And
Ann, and I'm the
go ahead.
only one. They don't have her phone number and I'm using my phone. So we'll go, viewers will go for a super, super short break. We'll be back. A minute lang, a minute or two. Please bear with us. We'll put you through again, Doc Steve. We'll patch you through, okay? A minute or two. We have to do this because we have to answer some questions from our viewers. Okay? A minute or two. I'm back. So I think Asek Ann is back also.
My God.
Hi. We
Hello,
missed you.
Shella. I'm so sorry. Keeps on disconnecting.
Okay. Oh, there. Si Doc Steve is back. Okay. So again, Anne, DTI, this is not within your jurisdiction, no? Like deciding whether these establishments will be allowed or not to operate.
Well, DTI is part of the interagency task force on COVID. So the secretary sits in that meeting together with the other cabinet secretaries. So as far as the decision making process is concerned, we are part of the decision making process on which businesses, for instances,
But Anne, is the list of establishments ayan, we lost her again. Okay. I
It's a
thought I
bad
have
connection.
bad connection already.
So hers
We'll wait
worse.
for her again. Yeah, because what I want, yeah, I was I was asking her if the one circulating is actually final already. It's hard na you don't know which ones are fake news na now, right?
Yeah, but coming from the mouth of Harry Roque, I think it's
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
final. It's straight from Malacanang. Yeah.
Okay, so we will wait for. Okay, Doc Steve. I think we have to take another short break.
It's
Last break
fine.
na. Oo, promise
It's a
mga
fine.
viewers. So, to fix this. Okay. So, I'll see you again, Doc Steve,
See you.
in a few minutes. Okay, viewers. Okay, so we will not end the show until we finish talking to Asec, and don't worry. If that's okay with you, viewers. Sorry about that. Asec Ann is having some internet connection problems at home. This is really the downside of live streaming. Meantime, please type in all your questions. So once she's back, I'm gonna ask her everything. And I'll make sure she addresses all your trade and consumer related concerns. O there, ayan, she's back. Okay, sige, let's move forward to ano na, to another
questions,
topic.
Stella.
I think you're able to address Doc Steve. And we'll tell na lang Doc Steve to contact Jonas, her golf buddy, if he has more questions for you. Okay, do we have another caller, video caller? Okay, there. Melanie Aydalla. Hi, Melanie.
Hello, Miss Shelly.
Melanie, pakilala ka
Okay,
muna.
good afternoon, everybody. I'm Melanie Aydalla. I'm actually a school principal from Marikina City.
Wow. Melanie, so please meet our beloved DTI ASEC, Attorney Ann Cabochan.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, Asec Ann.
Afternoon.
Okay, may question ka sa
Afternoon,
kanya.
ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. My question is, how will you ensure, or the DTI will ensure, that there will be enough supply of basic health products like isopropyl alcohol, soap, and disinfectant this quarantine period?
Ann? Okay, I think we lost Ann again. Her
Yes.
internet connection is fluctuating. We will wait for her, Melanie, so she can address your concern. So viewers, while waiting for Anne, as I've said kanina in the introduction, for the last 15 days, we've been doing daily special ECQ live stream talk show. So this will be our finale. Let me just rest for just a few days lang. Because my 7-year-old son is making lambing to me na. He misses our 24/7 uninterrupted mom and son time. Oh, there. I'll make kwento later. Oh, Anne, you're back. Anne?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm
Yes.
not at home. I'm in the office.
I sorry,
And
sorry.
I couldn't
I
Hey.
understand.
Were you able to hear the question of Melanie?
No. Please
Okay,
repeat your question.
Okay, ma'am, again, my question is, how will you ensure, or maybe the department will ensure, that there will be enough supply of basic health products like alcohol, soap, and disinfectant this quarantine period?
Well, we have been,
okay, we lost her again. Um, I hope it improves. Okay, let's see. Let's wait for the ano suggestion of my production team will be helping Asec Ann to fix her Wi-Fi connectivity. So as I was saying, after this episode, I will be taking a short break, maybe a few days lang. The first month of community quarantine, I wasn't doing anything but just watch Netflix all day, play with my son Aiden, and then the production team, the Going Live with Shelly Lazaro team decided to do this daily live stream talk show focusing on mga ECQ topics. O, teka, later ulit kwento. She's back na. Okay, Anne?
yes, I'm
Okay.
so embarrassed with my Wi-Fi signal. But anyway,
It happens to me all
how do
the
we
time. Don't
ensure
worry.
Yes, ma'am.
how do we ensure the availability or the supply of these products? We've been working very closely with, of course, the Department of Health to ensure that we all we know what the suggested retail price for these products are. We have also been in close contact with manufacturers to ensure that um, there is enough supply, not
Okay. Maybe we can, Chris, next, maybe you can ask Asek Ann to download quick lang naman yon Speedify to help with the live stream boosting, internet boosting. Okay. So, chika ulit, quickly. Please, I hope you, please bear with us. Sorry for this. But, Asik Ann promised me that she will answer all of your questions, all DTI related, all DTI questions and concerns that you may have. Please type it in. She's gonna address everything. Um, so there. But tomorrow we have a special episode. Okay, I will be taking a short break. But tomorrow I hope you can join me 6 p.m. Uh, they call it Shelly Lazaro exclusive. So we have they just released the 2019 bar exam results. So
anong gagawin natin
tomorrow
dito?
I will
Anong sabi
do a
nila?
special interview with one of the bar top
Ano, hindi,
notchers. Okay,
hindi
Asik
ba
Ann.
natin sinabi kanina nung kanina? Yes, we have been in close coordination with the manufacturers to ensure that they have um, enough raw materials as well as packaging materials so that you will have also that supply of like alcohol, sanitizers, the disinfectant wipes, and all those. And some of our manufacturers, including San Miguel Corporation, for instance, has even repurposed some of its production lines to produce alcohol when it did not produce alcohol before, in order to be able to also.
Okay. I think yung connectivity niya good for 1 minute lang. Let's see. Team, please ask Asek Ann to download Speedify now to boost her live stream connection. So there. So as I was saying, so tomorrow we will be very quick. This is really express for 30 minutes. We will be interviewing one of the bar top notchers from Palawan State University with uh, the Dean of Palawan State University Law, Attorney Pe. Okay. So maybe I can just talk to the callers while waiting for Anne to fix his connection problems. And then I will be the one to ask Asec Anne later. Okay, maybe we can put in all the callers now. They can relay their questions to me. I'll ask Anne later. Okay. So Melanie, as soon as Anne is back, she will answer your question. Okay?
Yes,
All
thank
right.
you.
Thanks for calling, Melanie.
Yes, you're welcome.
Oo, stay safe. Naku, wala pa, no? Wala pang balita yung school. Kailan mag-open?
Yes.
Mm-mm.
Mm. Kaya nga
But,
nalulungkot kami and you know, because it has been going on for how many, already more than a month already, since we ended classes when the ECQ started. And we still don't know yet when will it really be open again.
but I hope they will mandate all schools to, like, while waiting, to have mga online classes. Now, kasi
Yes,
parang it's
actually,
optional, right? Some schools,
yeah,
they do it, but it's not required. Mm-mm.
yes. Actually, DepEd actually asked us to look into blended learning, flexible learning, and the learning continuity plan uh, to address the long vacation of the students.
But eto, Melanie, I have a question for you lang. What's your
Yes.
take on this? Because some are saying maybe by September, schools will be allowed to open already. But some naman are saying at the rate things are going for the safety of the students, baka December pa.
Well, actually, Shelly, the learning of the students must not be stagnant. It should not be stopped. You know, well, we need to really listen to the government because they know very well when it comes to the health concerns as
Yeah.
to whether when do we really have to open the classes. Now, since
Okay.
we still do not know when, educators like us really should look into how can we address the continued learning of the student. So
Right.
if the
Right.
government will tell us that it's going to be September, then we need to comply with that.
Okay. Melanie, principal ka private or public school in Marikina?
I'm a private school principal.
Okay. And then this school, ano to? From grade school, high school, college?
Actually, I am a school principal from kindergarten to senior high school.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
So you going to ano na, no? School. My son, his incoming grade naputol, grade 1, and then naputol ka agad natapos yung grade 1.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
But yeah, but I kung pwedeng mag-write or ano, I'm all for that. I really want DepEd to really mandate that. Oo. Yung
Yes.
continuous learning, ang dali na now, 'di ba, with Zoom and everything. Okay. Bye, Melanie. Please
Bye,
be
Shelly.
safe and stay healthy.
Yes,
Thank you
you
for
too.
calling and for sharing also. Bye. Okay, next caller with DTI concern.
Hi,
Priyan.
Michelle.
Tama ba, Priyan? Hi, Priyan.
Hi, hi,
So you
hi, Michelle. Hi.
Hello, thank you for joining us. Pakilala ka muna to our viewers.
Hi, I'm Priyan Salatandre. I'm a private employee at BGC Taguig.
Okay. So may
Mm.
I know what industry?
Banking
With
industry.
banking industry. Okay, so
Yes,
si
yes.
Asik An is just fixing his internet connectivity issue, but you can tell me your
Mm.
concerns and I will relay to Asik
Okay,
An as soon as she's back.
okay,
Okay.
okay. Yung friend ko
Oh
po
yeah,
kasi
she's back.
is,
She's back.
okay,
Wait, Priyan, she's back na. Ayan.
okay.
Asik An, we have a new caller now, si Priyan. Oh, go ahead,
Hello,
Priyan.
Miss Anne. Hi, Miss
Hello.
Anne. May tanong lang po ako. Opo. Yung friend ko po kasi is isang private donor sa isang charity. Tapos gusto niyo pong bumili ng 100,000 pesos worth ng noodles sa isang grocery store. Pero hindi po siya pinayagan dahil po sa anti-hoarding policy. Ano po
Right.
kayo pwede niyang gawin, ma'am? Opo.
At this time, kasi it's really not allowed for individuals. So
Mm.
the priority at this time, because we would like to ensure that there is enough supply for everybody, is only bulk
Mm.
buying that's going to be made by the national government and local government units. So for
Oh.
individuals, they would probably need to go to the manufacturers themselves. So in the retail,
Okay.
uh, yes,
Okay,
Okay.
so Priyan, did Asik Ann
Thank
address
you.
your concern? Okay, thanks
Yes,
for
yes. Thank
calling.
you. Thank you.
thank
Bye-bye.
you.
You know,
Bye.
Anne, that. Bye, Priyan. Take care. Stay
Bye-bye.
healthy. I suppose that's part of my my many questions for you later. Yun nga,
Mhm.
yung for the, I know there's anti-hoarding, but plenty of donors now. Of course, the philanthropists, di ba, ganyan. But as you said nga, they can just go straight to the manufacturer.
Yes.
It's hard now. How can you tell naman, di ba, if one person really is buying for
Yes, because
donation? Oo.
right, because our experience is that those who have been buying in bulk, when we have the operations with the law enforcement agencies, we
Okay.
see that they're really like buying it and reselling it. So reselling it, whether it's in or somewhere in a physical store or online in a virtual store. So we would like to ensure that there is enough for everybody when they go out to our groceries and supermarkets. Yes.
Okay. So again, viewers, that's a very good question talaga. So yon, please bear with also, parang DTI cannot, they cannot do anything about it right now. They don't have special accommodation for donors or philanthropists buying mga goods for donation. They have no way of screening and telling talaga whether it's for that or not. So right now, for those of you with funds for donation, ganyan, the only thing you can do right now is go straight to the source or to the wholesaler, no? But no exceptions. Pagdating sa supermarket, you cannot say, don't make away the cashier or whoever. Then don't tell
Yes.
them you need it, no? For ano. So priority now talaga personal consumption.
Right.
Okay, next caller. I think we have two more or one more. Oh, there. Jasper Domingo. BPO. Hi, Jasper.
Hi, Miss Shelly and Asec Ann. Good
Yes. Good
afternoon.
afternoon.
Ask, baka makat your
Yeah,
internet. Ask your question.
sige po. Yeah, Asec Ann, ang question ko po ay, kailan po magsisimula yung 30 days payment deadline extension for rentals ng commercial and residential properties?
Mhm.
Magsa-start po ba ito from the day of ECQ or from the last day of ECQ?
No, well, the 30 day, it's a grace
Well, the
period.
30-day, it's a grace period.
That's the
Mhm.
grace period
Grace period for
something's wrong with the mic.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a 30-day grace period.
anyway,
Supposed to
it's a
You're supposed to count it
you're
from
supposed
time.
Parang there's what's that ba echo or something? Or no, not really. Okay, sige, Anne.
Okay, so there's a 30-day grace period, which is counted from the time the rent is due during the ECQ period. So if your rent was due on April 1, which is within the ECQ period here in Luzon, you have a 30-day grace period, and which means that even if you don't pay your rent within that 30 days, the lessor cannot kick you out. Now, after ECQ, you're supposed to be paying your current rent plus 1/6 of the rent that was due during the ECQ period. So that what you did not pay during the ECQ period, you are going to pay over a period of 6 months in six monthly installments. So to be very, very simple about it, if your rent is 600 pesos, it was due April 1, have a 30-day period to be able to pay it. in May, you're going to pay your rent of 600 plus 1/6, which is 100, so 700 pesos for the next 6 months. 700 pesos instead of 600, so that you're going to amortize that rent that was due during ECQ. Yes.
Okay, so there's no strict deadline. Basta
So
the
there's no
coverage
strict
is within
deadline.
ECQ, no?
The coverage is
So
within ECQ.
even if, for example, so right now yung coverage na until May 15, unless ma-extend again. Okay,
Yes.
so if ECQ is buong 6 months, then 6 months yung moratorium. Is this
Well,
correct?
no, it
Duration of the ECQ.
no, the circular that was issued by DTI is only for
Okay.
30 days as of this time. So if
Okay.
there is any going to be any extension, DTI will have to issue
All
another.
right.
Yes,
But right now, the official announcement and circular is just until
30.
April 30. Okay.
It's a
So
it's a no,
just,
it's a
and this is
30-day
for
period.
both, sorry, 30 day. Okay, since it started. So
Yeah.
Jasper, did that address your concern?
Yes po,
Jasper?
it was answered.
Jasper?
Yeah,
Okay.
hello? Yeah,
Thanks,
yes po,
Jasper.
very clear po.
Thanks for
Actually ma'am, may
calling.
follow-up question
Thanks
pa,
for calling. Sige.
may follow-up question pa po. Um, yung follow-up question ko po ay, ano po ba yung dapat gawin sa mga landlady na nag-i-insist na pagbayarin ng rent ang tenant niya kahit nasa ECQ pa?
Isimbong nyo
Kumbaga,
po sa amin sa DTI. You
Ayan.
can email us at fteb@dti.gov.ph or consumercare@dti.gov.ph, because that particular moratorium is provided for under the Bayanihan law, which means that they have to follow that.
Okay. So Jasper, if you didn't get that, yung kung saan ka pwedeng mag-email or tumawag, and to all our viewers, we will post it later sa comment section. So my team will post it. Lahat, the hotline and everything. For all your reklamo. Oo. And si Asec Ann will make sure that all your concerns will be attended to right away.
Yes.
Right. Okay, thanks Jasper. Bye. Ang yung moratorium applies to both commercial and
Residential.
personal
Well,
residential, sorry.
residential and commercial. But of course, for the
Okay.
commercial, it says of micro, small enterprises. Okay, yung mga
Okay.
moratorium. Yes.
I think we don't have anyone say okay. Sige. And that's our last caller na muna for our virtual town hall. And kanina you mentioned already about price freeze.
Mhm.
Not everyone knows about this law. Oo.
Okay.
Can you share with everybody?
Okay. Now the price freeze is something that's under the Price Act. Under the Price Act, if there is a declaration of a state of calamity, then automatically prices of basic necessities are frozen as of the time of declaration for a period of 60 days. Now, the price freeze is for basic necessities. It's not for all kinds of products, but the basic necessities are those products that we need in order to survive. So prices are frozen based on the prevailing price, which is the average price 1 month before the declaration of the state of calamity, and that is all all retailers must follow that price. So what would be an example of this basic necessities? It would be, for instance, sardines, canned fish. It could also be yung the ordinary tinapay, yung pan de Manila. Plus, no, not pan de Manila. That's a brand. It's the
Pandesal.
the bread that's also basic. Basic necessity is um the coffee. Okay, you have fresh fish, pork, chicken, rice. Those are also basic necessities, although those are under the Department of Agriculture. So all the prices for basic necessities that are under the DTI jurisdiction, we will make sure that they are followed. And that is why our team keeps on going around monitoring the prices of those commodities. Okay. I do not know if I'm still live. Parang nawala na naman.
Okay, I'm back. Ako naman yata yung nawala is Asec Ann still with us?
Yep, I'm
Ann?
here. Yes, I'm
Yes,
here.
I'm having internet connection problems now. I don't know what's with ngayon. Kasi special episode. Ayan tuloy. Okay, man.
I think because everybody is using the internet.
Using.
Yes. So
Yes.
I know that even government had asked Netflix to make some reductions on something there so that we can have a bigger broadband for work.
Naku,
Mm. So
calling all mga telecom sa internet provider or with ASEC of DTI, lagot kayo if you don't improve this the batters to reason bumagal. Kailangan they should have enough, I don't know, whatever you call
bandwidth.
that. The bandwidth,
Band,
oo.
yes.
Okay, we were talking about the price freeze law, no?
Yes. So yes, when you have the price freeze, all those necessities have to maintain that price, and that's for a 60-day period. If um, from the recommendation, for instance, of local government units or the local price coordinating council or any of the implementing agencies like DTI, that they think that the price should even be lower than the prevailing price, they can request that that price be lowered. But just to supplement what DTI is doing, DTI has been conducting what you call the Descuento caravans. It has conducted, I think, 38 Descuento caravans all around the country. What we do in these Descuento caravans is we work directly with the manufacturer. It's like
Okay.
a rolling store. Um, we have also partnered with LGUs to bring it to certain localities, and the prices there are even 10% or 15% lower than the price freeze, because then
Okay.
you are dealing directly with the manufacturer.
All
So
right.
yeah, so in this Descuento caravans, it's very, very strict also as with respect to social distancing. So we make sure that when people buy these products, that there is really distance between one buyer and the other, and all
Right.
those products are there for usually in one locality, 1 or 2 days.
Right.
So
So,
mhm.
and kasi papasok din dito yung sa profiteering, 'di ba? Very
Yes,
hot
yes.
topic also. Of course, some they have to make a profit, pero you're just controlling. Ano ba yung may range ba or you set talaga, may standard lang. And then parang they can only make patong what 10, 15, may ganun ba? Ilang
Well, under
percent
the
maximum?
yes, on Shelley, under the Price Act, um, it says that if a product is sold for grossly in excess of its value, that's how the law
Okay.
says it, then there is that presumption already of profiteering. So
All right.
especially at this time when we would like to ensure that products can be bought at reasonable prices, government will really run after those who sell it because there is a demand for certain products. For instance, the surgical mask. We know that everybody would like to get hold of the surgical mask. Now, if you go to the regular pharmacies, you can no longer buy it from them because it's out of stock. But if you go online or to some stores, they do not probably display it, but they will sell it at a price higher than what the Department of Health has said is the price. Because for DOH, they said for N95, it's 152 pesos each. For
Okay.
N88, it's 28 pesos each. So if it is more than that, that is already profiteering because there is a price freeze. You cannot go beyond that price. So,
Okay.
yeah,
So we repeat that lang ha. So yung kasi ngayon yan yung in demand. So the
right.
mask N95 mask should not be sold more than 195 pesos
52,
each.
152.
Ay, sorry, 152. And
Yeah.
the surgical mask, the usual
N88 is
ones,
28
28
pesos
pesos. Okay.
each.
So ano
Yes.
ha, take note of that, viewers. And yun nga, if you see mga retail stores or any establishments, kahit online selling
Right.
above yung binigay nating price, please report to DTI.
Right.
Okay? They will run, I think you're also coordinating with DA and DOH, no? And other law enforcement agencies.
Yes.
And they will really run after the violators. Serious
Yes.
case to, no? And,
Yes,
oo.
because under the Price Act, this is when it's illegal price manipulation.
Mhm.
Under the Price Act, the penalty is imprisonment of between 5 to 10 years, so not less than 5 years, not more than 10 years, and a fine between 5,000 to 2 million pesos. It's an and, which means you have a fine and you have imprisonment. Unlike in other cases where it's an or, uh, you can be imprisoned or you have paid the fine. In this case, it's
Right.
both. Yes.
Okay. So, and
So
this
very serious.
Price Freeze Act, it's really specific to our COVID-19 situation, no? Or
No,
you really have talaga a price freezing act na before pa?
there is a
Okay.
price freeze act.
Freeze. Okay.
It's been there and it's meant to address prices when there are calamities
All
like
right.
typhoons and all those. There is a law that is really meant to address the challenges brought about by COVID, and that's the Bayanihan to Heal as One
Okay.
Act.
All
So that's
right.
a Bayanihan law, and it's under the Bayanihan law where you have all those emergency measures that the president can really exercise, and anti-hoarding, manipulation, all those, that is part of what should not happen under the Bayanihan law.
All right. Okay. So to those who just tuned in, we're talking about, we have, for your information, DTI or our government, we have the price freeze law.
It's act.
Okay? So
Mhm.
Price Freeze Act. Again, ulitin ko lang yung mga surgical mask, 152 pesos for N95 and 28 pesos for the traditional, the standard surgical mask.
Mhm.
Please report to DTI kung may nagbebenta more than that. And kanina, you mentioned, this price freeze act is for the basic commodities lang. It doesn't apply to all products naman. Just like yung minention mo kanina, of course, rice, bread, corn, mga canned goods.
Mhm. Well, for the state of calamity, which is because the president, under Proclamation number 929, declared a state of calamity. So the Price Act governs, that state of calamity.
Okay.
But for basic necessities. But it also has a provision there on a mandated price ceiling. And this will refer to not only basic necessities, but also prime commodities. So prime
Okay.
commodities would include now your condiments, yung mga patis, all those, and then cement, GI sheets, and all those. So that is more expanded, so that can be the coverage of a mandated price ceiling. Once you
Okay.
say mandated price ceiling, for instance, I said earlier that the price freeze is only for 60 days, right? Because that's the law says it's for 60 days. But if the effects of COVID are still there and we are still challenged with respect to supply of all these commodities, then we can recommend to the president a mandated price ceiling, because then it's no longer a state of calamity, but now the mandated price.
Okay, so that means because you released this March 10, no? Effective March 10. That means 60 days, it will end May 10, right?
No,
So
it's
you're
May
saying,
15. It's May 15.
until May
The
15. Okay.
statement of the state of calamity
For,
will end
okay.
on May 15. Yes.
But you can always propose for extension if the
A mandated
okay.
price ceiling.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. So, balik tayo quickly lang dun sa anti-hoarding. May question
Right.
kanina. Now, talagang for viewers, kasi I know there are some supermarket clerks or yung mga cashiers,
Mhm.
they're having a hard time sometimes dealing with some shoppers. Sila yung inaaway kasi limited yung quantity. Paki-confirm lang na this is talaga a DTI mandated thing.
Yes, that is a DTI circular. DTI
Okay.
issued two circulars which would limit the number of the quantity of items that you can purchase per trip to the supermarket. For instance, if you go to the supermarket and you buy canned fish, you can only buy 5 cans per brand,
Okay.
or five
Okay.
cans per brand. For instance, if you buy alcohol, a bottle of alcohol, I think 2 bottles of alcohol. Now, that is why we have been talking to retailers. We met with them early on during this ECQ, and we told them just to post the circular in the premises in their stores, so that people will know that um, it's not really the fault of the cashier, kawawang cashier. So I
Yes.
hope that people who are listening, buyers who are listening, we are trying to ensure that, because I know there are some people who can afford to buy a lot more than the others. We are trying to ensure that those who just have enough money will have that will have the opportunity to purchase that commodity when they go to the supermarket. Because if we are going to all panic buy, it will only benefit those who have the money to do that.
Okay.
Diba? So what will we do with the rest?
Right. And
Yes.
paki-confirm lang, no? Kasi I made a list from what I've been reading and seeing sa news, and I also check sa website.
Mhm.
This, not naman all commodities, diba? But yung essentials talaga that everyone needs to have this. So, hindi pwedeng mag-hoard. Disinfectants, as you've mentioned, soap, the face mask, toilet paper, yung mga instant food. Ayan, sad ako dyan. Ito for everyone. To kasi ako, I like instant pancit canton. But you can only buy 5, di ba?
Right.
Not even
Yeah.
5 packs. As in 5 individual packs
Yeah.
lang. So,
Mm-mm.
yan. Mga instant food and beverage products, mineral
Mm-mm.
water, saka bread. no? Meron pa
Yes.
bang additional yung talagang you limit
Well,
from the items that I just said?
well, you really said most of them
Oh,
because before DTI did not have in the list, for instance, yung mga disinfectant wipes. We did not have that in our list. But then
okay.
because of this COVID situation, then we were, DTI had to declare those products as essential products. So when we
Okay.
declare it as essential products based on the Bayanihan law, then we now have the power to, regulate or give directives on how many can be sold and all those things. So that is
Okay.
what happened.
All right. Okay.
Disinfectants, Lysol, I mean, laundry. Well, laundry soap used to be there already, but wipes, even the yes, sanitizers, right?
All right. This one naman, ayan lang, for the peace of mind of everyone, you're able to address this earlier, na DTI talaga, viewers, they are monitoring the, yung supply and replenishment of these mga essential items now.
Yes.
Does that mean ba, na talagang you have a control now? Like, you can really force manufacturers of these essentials to keep, producing and manufacturing to ensure na hindi mauubusan? Kasi sometimes, the reason why people are hoarding, they feel, nako, baka mawala na yung stock. But don't worry, you don't need to hoard. DTI, every day, they have people going around ensuring yung replenishment talaga of these stocks. Correct?
Yes. Well, Shelly, from day one of ECQ, DTI has been working very hard to ensure, and even within the IATF, to ensure the free flow of cargo. Now, why did we work for the free flow of cargo? It is because we would like the goods to be able to freely pass through all those checkpoints so that raw materials, finished goods, agricultural products will reach all their destinations. So there
Okay.
is no shortage. Now, we are not saying that we are forcing manufacturers. We have a very good relationship with manufacturers. I always call it goodwill.
Okay.
So we have a very good relationship in the sense that they are willing to give us what their inventory levels are with respect to raw materials, at what capacity they are operating at this time of ECQ. So we are able to predict how much we have in the market, how much will be coming from the factories within a certain period of time to ensure that there will always be supply of this product. So DTI has always been going out there to say that we are ensuring that there will be enough supply of these products and there is no need for people to hoard.
O yan ha, from Asec Anna yan. No need to hoard. O now, if you still, I think, Asec Ann was able to address, if not all, most of the mga consumer-related concerns. Now, we proceed to mga MSMEs naman. The micro, small, and medium enterprises. We want to know the assistance available from DTI for this, mga MSMEs. And before we discuss yung mga okay, sige. I-define muna natin, ano yung mga businesses that are allowed to operate now during ECQ?
Well, GCQ businesses allowed to operate would really be the BPOs are allowed to
Ay,
operate.
now, the ECQ. Oo.
Yes, the
Okay,
BPO, so business process
right.
outsourcing,
Alright.
allowed to operate. You have, of course, you have your retailers, your
Alright.
supermarkets. They are allowed to operate. The banks are allowed to operate. You would have logistics
Okay.
companies, truckers, and to be able to ensure the movement of goods. They're allowed to operate. So, for instance, for the export-oriented industries are allowed to operate. But
Alright.
it is important, for instance, for these factories or these BPOs, manufacturers, to ensure that they house their workers in within their premises or very near their their factories, or they're able to provide for the transportation because there is no public transportation.
Okay. Alright. Okay. It's you mentioned that because I was about to ask you nga about yung mga IDs, 'di ba? You mentioned
Yes.
that you're parang expecting yung mga employers na they're providing kasi I know that you are issuing or I that's what I'm gonna ask you also. If you have stopped issuing the interagency task force ID, no,
IET,
for mga
yes.
allowed enterprises to operate, but you did not really issue to mga ano ba to mga BPOs because you're under the assumption that their employers should house them, the BPO employees, within the vicinity of their office. Okay? Is that really true ba? May ganon, may exemption dun sa issuance of the IDs. Like we want to know lang ano yung mga employers that are mandated to really house their employees near the office na walking distance lang.
Um, when we say no, not really mandated, but
Okay.
because the ECQ requires that people cannot be going out, no,
All right.
traveling, and there is no public transportation, then if the manufacturer, well, the manufacturer or the BPO continues its operation, it should ensure that its employees are able to get to the place of work without having to hurdle all those things. So house them near because we didn't want when this was being discussed because Metro Manila, you have a lot of people that come from outside Metro Manila, right? So you will it will defeat the purpose of the ECQ if people can freely move around, and so
All
they
right.
have to be housed somewhere. On the IDs, yes, we were processing the IATF IDs,
Okay.
but the applications, the last day for the for submitting the applications was April 6th. So starting April 7, we are just working on those pending applications because we have already migrated to what is called the Rapid Pass ID, which
Yes.
is now being handled by the DICT.
All right.
Yes.
And yung ID, okay. So you stop. So you're only processing now, or you stop na because you're transitioning na. You're migrating to the rapid ID
Rapid
pass,
Pass.
rapid
No,
pass.
actually, we still have on a daily because we submit a daily report to the office of the president every
Yeah.
day, and I can still see that we are still issuing IATF IDs, but all these
All right.
applications were filed on or before April 6th.
Okay. But
Yes.
this rapid, I know for some viewers may know about this already, but for those who have no idea, Rapid Pass, it's an app based, no? So wala nang
Right.
physical ID yan. Ano yan?
Mm.
Cellphone. Through cellphone na lang yan
Yes,
or
then you have
any
a QR
gadget.
code. Yes.
But it's not implemented yet. You haven't issued anything yet.
Well, the DICT will be the one to do that, and
Okay.
I know that there is like for employers that they will have to submit something like an attestation and all those.
All
So
right.
it's being handled by the DICT,
Okay.
and I think that the website would show what the requirements are for the
But
rapid.
right now, Anne, what's being honored at the checkpoint that yung the printed, the IATF ID
Yes,
pass for
that
mga
is being
businesses that
honored.
are allowed to operate. Okay.
Right.
And paano yung to those na hindi nakaabot dun sa deadline for this IDs, enough can they present like but they can present proof that their business or company is really allowed to operate? Will the checkpoint people ba accept like certificate of employment or anything? What can they present in lieu of the IATF ID?
Yes. That has always been discussed, and the discussion has always been that those IDs should be honored. For instance, if you're an employee of the bank and you can show your ID that you are an employee of that bank and you're on your way to work, that should be enough. That should be an acceptable ID. I know that I think that the problem really is because local government units also have the authority to come out with their own orders or right? And so if some are stricter than the others, and I guess that is where all these, I think, differing levels of implementation
Mhm.
of this rule has also occurred. So it has been emphasized that the LGUs should make sure that they're going to they have to make sure that these they will have to follow what the IATF has provided for in terms of the resolutions.
Okay, so again, if you don't have the IATF ID, you bring all your proof, 'di ba? Na you're an employee of a company that's allowed to operate. Pero ito, I think we need to address this, Anne, because I've been reading sa social media plenty of complaints because sometimes the ones assigned at the checkpoint hindi aware of
Yes.
mga industries that are allowed to operate. Of course, kasi di ba sorry ha, medyo magsisegue ako konti, but this has something to do with what we're discussing now.
Mm-hmm.
For example, nagmamadali na, malilate na, that person really needs to go to the office, and then nagka-problema. Minsan, ang naka-assign sa checkpoint, talagang military no, or police officer. Di ba recently may nangyari na the DASMA incident, nakipag-diskusyon, nakipag-away sa police officers, and I know si Anne is a lawyer, her husband also is a lawyer. Ang sinasabi nila is, whether or not ikaw yung tama, you cannot parang argue with a police officer kasi they're enforcing it, diba? So what you can do na lang is talagang if they insist na hindi pwede, then you file a complaint. But you cannot do anything on the spot. Kunyari hindi nadaan sa magandang pakiusap, ini-insist nung checkpoint personnel na hindi talaga pwede, pero kailangan critical yung role nila doon sa company. What can they do? Meron ba silang hotline na pwedeng tawagan na may sasagot right away? These are the people na they cannot afford to go back home and file a complaint sa bahay. Kailangan makalusot sila sa checkpoint.
Shelley, I know that DTI has already posted the hotlines that you can
So
call.
there is. Okay, all
Yes.
right.
If they are like if they're not allowed entry in those
Right.
checkpoints, but even if they have the necessary um the necessary um IDs or
Yeah.
certificates of employment, there is a hotline. It has been posted. It
And
has
it's
been posted.
plenty of people naman answering. So they can
Right. Mm-mm, mm-mm.
somebody will pick up the call. Okay. So they just have to
Right.
wait. Okay. So we will post. Okay, for our viewers, I'll have my team post din sa number here sa comment section later on. Okay, Ann. I know yung kasi 'di ba the tourism industry hardest hit talaga. Sila talaga ngayon zero operations. But I know you allowed yung mga hotels na with existing guests, parang may cut off na yung hotel na may accommodation, may guest span ang cut off March 17, tapos yung mga long staying guests, they're allowed to operate, right? My question
Mm-mm.
is, kasi ito dito talaga ako curious. I read at the onset of this not at the onset of the outbreak, but when they announced the global quarantine or lockdown, 'di ba? Merong couple stranded sa Maldives, 'di ba? Silang dalawa, wala nang ibang customer, client sila lang, but tuloy yung operations are being served. Meron ba tayo na, syempre yung iba, wala namang, paano yung mga walang budget? Like talagang ilang nights lang sila sa hotel, nung naabutan sila ng quarantine, hindi na sila makaalis. May provision ba tayo for Pinoys? May assistance ba yung government? Nasagot na ng government or the hotel will waive mga charges? Kung talagang walang means because restricted sila with the lockdown and quarantine.
With respect to the hotels, because that's a business, we have no say
We have no
on what.
control over
Yes,
it.
but as far as
Okay.
government is concerned, government has already been repatriating a lot of our kababayans who um well, for instance, in their line of work, they can no longer work at this time, like our seamen, those who are in cruise ships, because the cruise ships cannot operate at this time. So they have been
Okay.
repatriated. I mean, and government has been doing that so
Okay.
that they can all come home. Yes.
Alright. O Ann, proceed na tayo. Ito, everybody wants to hear you. May mga small, medium enterprises. Assistance that are available. Mga all, whatever kinds of assistance available to MSMEs in order to mitigate, ito nga, yung effects of this ECQ. I know you have, can you discuss with them? Kasi ang nakikita ko pa lang yung the easy term loans from Small Business Corp. Diba? It's a DTI attached agency. Can you be the one to share the good news to the viewers na lang about that?
Oh, okay. So we have it's Small Business Corporation is an attached agency of the DTI, even before COVID. So even before ECQ, we I think people are who know Secretary Lopez of DTI would know that he is really very preoccupied with improving um the MSME sector of the Philippines. So a lot of our programs are targeted towards MSME. So he thought of this project, it's the P3, the Pondo ng Pagbabago at Pag-asenso. That was before COVID. And so there have been loans that were given out to our micro, small, medium enterprises, very favorable rates. I think 1.5% on the per month on the diminishing balance, which is, of course, a lot lower than what you would get when you have 5, 6. And now that we have COVID, we have it's a new program. That's established, the Establishment Rehabilitation Fund. So
Okay.
government is going to now roll out under the SB Corporation another fund that will be available for loans for these micro, small, and medium enterprises. The conditions being that enterprise has been in operation for at least a year, so there's some sort of track record,
Okay.
and it's going to be used by the company, for instance, to help them out with to rebuild their inventory, to
All
be
right.
able to recoup some losses during the like for spoilage during
Yeah.
ECQ to help them pick up the pieces. So that is a facility. I think it's 1 billion pesos from SB Corporation that can be lent out to the
Okay.
micro, small, and medium enterprises. Now, it is not yet available at
All
this
right.
time. It will be available after ECQ because then SB Corp will have to be able to visit the enterprise, make an assessment of how much they can lend to this enterprise.
Okay.
Okay,
But again, it's
but
subject pa
there's
rin to ano yan eh, no? May mga, ano ba tawag dyan? May mga screening and everything pa rin yan, hindi
yes,
automatic. Okay.
yes, it's not automatic, and that's why the company has to be an existing company, right?
Okay.
It has
All
to,
right.
yes, and the other one is it's a live what you call a livelihood seeding program. It's really giving our very micro entrepreneurs seed money, very small sums of money, just between 5,000 to 8,000 pesos
All
for a
right.
micro entrepreneur. But DTI is going to help them with counseling, with helping them grow the business, because we have what you call the negosyo centers that really help
Okay.
out our enterprise. So this is one of the programs that even if a lot of programs of government had to be canceled because of the pandemic and we need the money to fund
Right.
everything, like social amelioration and everything, the
Right.
LSP is even under the Bayanihan law still
Okay.
going to be funded. So for sure, that will be the seed money for a lot of micro entrepreneurs.
And when you talk, yung 5 to 8,000, this is separate. Again, yung 5 to 8,000, cash assistance to, meaning hindi to loan, di ba? Parang yung pinamimigay ng
Yes,
Dole now.
it's a
Pero yung
seed money.
micro seed money for paano i-define? Ito ba yung mga barangay level lang? Like for example, yung super small like a sari-sari store owner, ganyan. What's the definition ba now of micro business na pwedeng mag-apply ng 5 to 8,000 pesos?
Well, when you say kasi micro, it's really under the law. We have a law kasi that is the the charter on small medium enterprises. When you say micro, it's less than 3 million. But for in this case, what we're
Asset.
looking at
Oo.
micro, yeah, in assets. But
Okay.
here, for this particular program, we know that it's really going to be a lot less than that. And that is why we are depending on our regional operations group, our
Right.
provincial directors, the DTI regional operations group, to be able to assess who will be given that seed money for the
All right.
enterprise. Yes.
Okay. So this is not first come, first serve. Na parang hindi pa unahan. You will still screen. Parang yung sa DOLE, not all companies, 'di ba? Are kasama. So they can
Mm,
apply pero not everyone will be given, no? So the
mm.
assessment will be done by DTI. Who will do the
Yes,
assessment?
regional
DTI.
operations group. Yes.
Okay. So again, let's ulitin lang natin yung SBC, the Small Business Corporation, they allotted 1.5 billion for
One.
microfinancing. Ay, 1 billion for microfinancing available for SM S
Micro, small,
MSME, micro,
MMSMEs.
small, and
Yeah.
medium enterprises. Oo.
Right.
But it's not yet available. So, wala pa
Mm,
to. No? I think after ECQ, then they will
right.
release parang mga requirements, how to
Mm,
apply, everything. But that one, ang difference naman doon, even if it's a loan, it's very friendly to this enterprises because very, very minimal, no? The
mm-hmm.
the interest rate. At
Yes.
pati credit term, super flexible. But yung sinasabi ni Asec Ana, 5 to 8,000 available, 5 to 8,000 pesos available only for micro businesses. And sila yung magde-determine sino
Yeah.
yung makaka-avail. Is this available already? They can already, meron na bang form for this 5 to 8,000
That will
assistance?
come. Yeah, no. That will come
Okay.
after ECQ. Yes.
Okay. So wala pa.
Mm,
Everything, the loan, the microfinancing, and this 5 to 8,000 after ECQ.
right.
Okay. What loan moratorium? I know on top of this, parang for mga micro, small, medium enterprises, yung mga may pending loans prior to ECQ, may loan moratorium ba?
Well, sa Bangko Sentral na yan, dahil bangko yan eh.
So this
Usually
is
that,
not
yes,
DTI
that's no
anymore.
longer
Oh,
DTI. But of course, you know that for as far, well, the BSP has also been instrumental in ensuring that, for instance, for credit cards, di ba? Um, you are, I mean, we were all credit card holders were given a grace period. Um,
yes, yes.
to pay credit card bills. So that is something that's also BSP.
With ano. Sorry, Anne, sorry. I was referring to the loans issued by SBC also.
Yes,
Oo, yung mga
for
regular loans
SB
na.
Corp, yes,
Yeah.
there's a moratorium there because even for loans of the of the SSS, di ba may
Mm,
nagkaroon din yun ng moratorium of payment. So there
okay.
have been moratoriums for all these loans during this time, and we always look at it as like the 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 situation now is really very unique. It is unprecedented, and so I guess people will just have to think out of the box because who would ever have thought that we would be, for instance, of moving the deadline for filing of our income tax returns
Right.
and all those things, and even moving or even closing school. So
Okay.
everything is really drastic but very much needed.
And I know DTI is also giving assistance. I don't know lang in what form to manufacturers yung mga they converted, they repurpose yung operations nila to produce the essentials that we need now like PPEs or maybe face masks. Can you discuss this?
Um, no, it's not an assistance, it's a project though. So DTI
Okay.
has been talking to these manufacturers. A lot of them have also um, they've also seen that there is a need for these products and they have repurposed their operations. So one association is CONWEP, that's Confederation of Wearable Exporters of the Philippines.
Mhm.
And the manufacturers here are now starting to produce our PPEs, the
Mhm.
suits, the
Yeah.
PPEs. And so DTI is trying to link these manufacturers with, for instance, the hospitals or even DOH, so that they can procure from these factories. Because what we would like to happen is that we are not too dependent on imported products, because
Okay.
there's a global pandemic. The demand out there is so high. We should also think about producing it ourselves, because
Okay.
we are competing with the rest of the world for the
Right.
supply of those products. So um, that's through the Board of Investments, that project on linking our manufacturers with
All
those
right.
who need those products.
Okay. So there is no cash or loan assistance, but you're helping them
No,
fix their system or whatever. Yung sa
no,
mga
no.
you link them up. Okay.
Will,
Okay.
yes,
For
that's the role
efficient
of DTI.
production. Okay.
Yes.
We discussed already about BPOs. Sorry, I'm looking at baka may mga important questions yung may mga
Yes.
questions yung viewers natin. And let's talk about quickly yung extension. I know some retail establishments, they're allowed to operate for a maximum of 12 hours.
Yes.
Not, okay. Yung mga,
Actually,
again, the
there's
ones providing essential services.
right.
Okay.
So those are the supermarkets, our groceries. They are allowed to those extended hours, because if they also
Yeah.
operate for very limited hours, because what happens in the grocery, not they limit the number of people who can come in at any
Okay.
given
All
time.
right.
So then they're not able to serve all the customers. So to
All
ensure that
right.
you're able to serve those customers, DTI had also proposed that their operating hours be extended to 12
Okay.
hours. Yes.
We were talking earlier about yung mga cargo trucks, 'di ba? I know that
Mhm.
DTI, parang you're committed talagang you release a circular na it should remain unhampered yung delivery of the
Right.
goods, 'di ba? Kasi I've been reading another plenty of complaints that
Right.
nasa-stop yung cargo, hindi nakakarating. What can you say
Right.
about this, Ann? And ano yung again, for sure maraming reklamo, but can you just enlighten us or the viewers kung ano yung allowed and hindi pwedeng ma-stop na cargo? Otherwise, they file complaint right away.
Well, all cargo of food, whether they're manufactured like canned sardines,
Yeah.
canned goods, or they're
Okay.
fresh produce like fruits, vegetables, unhampered, that has to go through the checkpoints very speedily. Um, Also raw materials of manufactured products.
All right.
So, for instance, for what is deemed essential, for instance, by the Department of Health, those face masks, the surgical masks, disinfectants, that should go unimpeded through these checkpoints. So, the rule being that basic necessities, as well as those that are considered essential at this time, especially food, dapat tuloy-tuloy yan sa mga
All right.
checkpoints. That's why
Okay.
the coordination has always been with the local government units.
Okay. So
And
again,
of
if
course,
they're
the PNP that is manning all these checkpoints.
all they have to do is call your hotline. They don't need to go back sa
Right.
planta or sa
Mhm.
warehouse. Wait for the and DTI will coordinate dun sa checkpoint personnel, no?
Mhm.
Okay. This again, we discuss it na. Same goes for yung mga personnel or employees of this mga essential establishments. Hindi dapat ma-hamper their movement. They should
Yes.
be able to allow entry sa mga checkpoints.
Mhm.
What else? Okay. DTI in coordination with other government agency, you continue to work to assure people, ay sinabi na natin na may enough food. Kanina diniscuss natin yung food. Pero including medicines, no? We only focus
Yes.
kanina sa food, but you also monitor replenishment of medicines.
We help the Department of Health,
Okay, sila
because
yon. Okay.
that is actually the implementing agency is the Department of Health, but because they are addressing so many concerns
Right.
at this time, DTI is helping out the Department of Health. Like we're monitoring prices of medical essentials. We're also, even in our enforcement activities, we include their products. But there is a
Mm.
working arrangement that we have with the Department of
All right. Okay.
Health.
I'm looking at, I think we don't have any more questions from the viewers, except may isang comment, and I have to
Yeah.
say this.
Mhm.
Ganda ng necklace ni Ma'am Gerald Morales. Mabuhay kayo. From Dian, Asec Ann, I love your necklace. Very fashionable. I just have to say it. Because
Well,
Asec Ann
thank
is
you,
really
Shell.
fashionable. Walang
Thank you.
question, pero yun.
Thank you, Shelly Cabulakenyo, yung gumawa.
Let's
Yeah.
promote. Ay, is it Arnel Papa?
Yes.
Ayan, si
Yes.
Arnel.
It's
Oh, di
him.
sayang, hindi ako I was supposed to wear na may Arnel Papa. We're supposed to be terno pa. He made me also like the necklace na pearl and ganyan. Suot ko na siya kanina and then I don't know, for some reason, I remove it. I don't know why. Sana we're terno. Ayan, Arnel Papa, our Club Bulakenyo member. He
Yes.
does ganyan. So if you want like that, send us a message. We'll link you to Arnel Papa. He
Right.
supplies me with all accessories. Oo. He's very good. So, okay. We're na yata, almost 2 hours na. Message to the general public.
Well, I think that we have to contend ourselves with really facing the new normal. We are all built to survive. So I know that even with all the changes out there, that we will still rise up as a people, and that's why the law is really the Bayanihan law would show us that indeed we will heal as one, and the Filipino will survive this.
Oo nga. Well, we lost na yata, Asik. And at least, ayan, I
I'm
thought
still
I
here.
lost you na. Thank you for
No,
the wonderful message, Anne. And thank you for spending 2 hours with us. I
yes,
apologize for the internet connection. All parties may internet connection problem.
I
Sorry for
know.
that.
I had an issue. I was like so stressed out with my internet. So I
But it's
apologize for that
it
too.
happens. Me, it happens all the time. And thank you. If we have, is it okay if we get more questions after this show from our viewers? I'll send it to you and then
Sure.
we'll coordinate yung mga response sa kanila. Thank you. We really I know you're very busy and thank you for
Thank you,
taking time for
Shelley.
this.
It's my
Mm.
pleasure. Bye
I'll see.
bye.
I hope to see you soon. As soon as it's
Yes,
already okay to go out.
I know. That would be fun. Yes,
Yes. Okay, send my regards again to Jonas, to Attorney Jonas.
yes.
Thanks, and
You're
enjoy your
welcome.
evening.
You
Okay,
too.
bye.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, viewers, so that was, ilan ba yon? 2 hours. Sorry about that because ang daming interruptions from the Wi-Fi connectivity. But anyway, thanks for bearing with us. I can see most of the viewers are still with us. Thank you. And as I've told Anne, we can still entertain more questions. You can send a message to Going Live with Shelly Lazaro Messenger. And we'll make sure that it gets to DTI, to ASIC Anne, and we'll make sure to give you answers to all your concerns. Okay, as I've said kanina, I will be taking a short break. Pero tomorrow pahabol at 6 p.m. tomorrow, we have a special exclusive conversation with a Bart Top-Notcher from Palawan State University. He will be joined by his dean, the dean of Palawan State University Law, Attorney Pe. So I hope you can join, Attorney Perry. I hope you can join us tomorrow, 6 p.m. And then after, I will be taking a short break. Just a few days lang. Actually, we have guests lined up talaga since we start this because initially the ECQ talagang pang April 30. So we planned everything so I can be with you every day. We started April 16. So until now, up to now, April 30. So, well, allow me to recharge. I've been sick for 4 days. But I'm feeling better already. And yun nga, as I've said kanina, my 7-year-old son naglalambing lang, a few days lang na 24/7 uninterrupted mom and son time. So there. But after that short break, I will be back to entertain you again kahit matapos na the ECQ. But we'll also plan with my production team another exciting batch of mga interviewees. So thank you to all my friends who joined me since April 16. Most all of my guests are people that I personally know, and I'm really thanking everyone for taking time and accommodating us. Thank you also to all our viewers. So again tomorrow, but you can still catch me and my son Aiden. We're doing the morning show Pambansang Almusal Net 25. They're showing mga stay-at-home tips. So it's not live, but yeah, you can catch us there. So I'll see after tomorrow. I'll see you maybe after a week. But we'll keep you posted via our social media pages. Okay, last for this finale, for this ECQ season talk show, contest. Okay, another giveaway, comment to win contest. The first one to type in the correct answer gets, since this is our season finale, super super special prize from me and from Going Live with Shelly Lazaro team. Who is our guest today? Please type in first name and last name and yung position niya sa DTI. The first one to type in sa comment section the correct answer will get the prize. It's a giveaway. Thanks again. So I hope to see you tomorrow 6 p.m. for the special story on the bar top notcher. Okay, lovies. Thanks. Bye.